and I was like, oh fuck yeah.
Look, up until about like 5 minutes ago, I had Minecraft open on my computer right behind me. So like, we can't get mad at Alex at all for Animal Crossing.
Well, best way to start this interview. Welcome to Thrashers Paradise. Another Skype edition, but this time we're Skyping with a stoner metal band from Mississauga. I'm joined once again with my good friends in Hounskull. We have, how the camera works for me is we got Kyle down there, Alex is right here, and then all the way to my left is Nathan. How y'all doing?
Pretty good. I'm vibing.
Pretty aight. Surviving.
Right. Complain. It's the weekend for me, so I still
it's
have
always the weekend
my
for me.
Yeah, my work hasn't closed down yet, so I still have to look forward to that.
You are very lucky. You are still working right now. I've been laid off, which is fun.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, me too.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Not nice.
It's unfortunate. Pretty much everyone I know is in that situation.
Yeah.
Got too much background light. Oh, it's
Not fun.
Just kill that. Yeah.
Well, let's move on to some happier talk. You are all releasing a brand new album tomorrow. Low, your second release. What's it like to finally be releasing that into the world?
Super exciting.
I just I've never seen Kyle happier than when he showed up on my porch in his pajamas with a box of CDs.
I am wearing the same pajamas.
Same pajamas. Okay.
I'm pretty fucking pumped about it. Oh,
Yeah.
So it's nice to like physically hold the two CDs. I can't wait to like hold like more of our music. So
like having that physical, just that physical, like this is what you've spent all your time doing, finally in one package. You can throw it on whenever you want. Like just actually having it now, it's like it exists. It's in the world. It's in the wild.
yeah,
It's a good feeling.
Yeah. Honestly, this is the first Hounskull CD or album that I'm on, and oh man, am I proud just to be a part of this project? Because like, I could not have expected just a better result, especially like considering we did the recording ourselves, which was not new territory, but the way that we did it was entirely new, and just the way it all came out was just crazy.
So big learning for me. I do pretty much all of the mic setup, the actual recording, the whole like actual process of getting it like ready and dealing with all the files and sending them out. So it's first time I did the same thing, but it was a completely different process. We did like live off the floor, and then we kept the drums. Then we kept like a couple of solos. Like one of my bass solos was from that because it just sounded great and it just fit really well in the moment. But then we like overdubbed over guitars and then went back through with like my vocals and a good solid bass sound. I had DI and amp. So it was a bit of the familiar, but a lot of new steps. Just a new learning process, but very fun. And it just makes me want to experiment more for like the future recordings, which Alex and I have already started. Actually, we're almost done the guitars for album 3.
Oh wow, excellent! More new music coming out this year.
I'm hoping for it. It might be good for like after summer treat if we're all still locked inside. Be like here's some more music.
Yeah, golly. This
recording
whole thing.
Album 4.
Yes, because I remember that when we did our first interview, you had like the full layout of everything prepared, ready to go.
Yeah.
Now, have you...
Sorry, no.
No.
Continue.
No, you go.
I was just gonna say, yeah, we've like Alex had album 3 written for a while, so like Alex wrote the entire album 3. So it was me like learning the parts, or Nathan getting in learning the parts. So we're like practicing those in the studio. Then every now and then we'll set it up to record. We'll record like half of the guitars, and then we'll go on from there. But while we're like recording that, we're writing for album 4, which is going to be a big undertaking. It's going to be like hopefully the biggest thing Hounskull has done. I think the songs themselves are shaping up to be that way, and we're hoping it's not going to be. I'm hoping at least it's not going to be just a regular like here's another album. Like I want it to be either like a double album or just something more to it.
Honestly, I'm really excited for album 4 because that's the first album where there's songs that I've written the drums entirely to, and it's the first time we have songs that the 3 of us wrote together, and they're my favorite. They sound so good. Just the direction we're going is just so mind-numbingly weird, and I'm so into it in every single way.
I can't agree more. It's so fun to play these newer songs, and going back and like when we redid the CDs we redid Galactalord, and listening to that album and like listening to the progression throughout our like history, it's like wow, it's progression. I'm so excited for
I think each album is going to be a very big step up from the last, but album 2 is almost here, and that's what I guess this should be more focused on.
I honestly I didn't take it until he said it. Yeah, but I didn't take it until he said it a minute ago that it is actually releasing tomorrow. I completely forgot that it's that soon. That's the day. It's kind of scary now that I know.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Actually, I have one here. I came prepared.
Ooh.
Oh, the slow reveal. Look at that. Look at all that goodness.
Yes, the beautiful trippy album artwork.
To me, I think something's wrong with my Skype because it froze Nathan's face on him just looking off into the corner.
Oh, like that is. I've just been looking at it.
Oh, you can't see the.
Well, I can't see the.
You know what?
CD.
You know what? The guy that matters can see.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, it fixed itself.
The best compliment I got about this album and the way it looks is from one of my friends. She told me it looks like something that would be on my dad's record shelf, and that was the greatest news I could have heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool thing. Now, have your fans been very eager and excited for this release to come?
Well, it's been a whole 2 or 3 years since we released something, so I'd say so.
Yeah,
I'm so stoked for it.
Yeah, I think the hype train's definitely rolling.
Yeah, especially at shows, that's where we get a lot of our feedback. Our social media. I'm not a crazy social media guy, so like I don't make a lot of posts, and I try to do like engagements with the audience, but it's always a weird thing for me. But we get people like commenting, saying that they're excited, they want our stuff on vinyl and cassette and stuff. So we get messages from people from around the world, but also just like friends that like we've met through playing in Toronto and stuff, being like, "When's the album coming out? Do it already."
Yeah.
So I would say there's a fair enough amount of support of people excited for it to come out, and I think once it does come out, and it'll build a little more traction, hopefully just by people hearing the songs, and then I'm hoping they like them. I'm sure they will. I don't know. I feel weird about being overly I don't know. I lost my train of thought.
Like overly confident about our album. Well, it's like, hey, you know what? It's like as long as we like it, I'm sure other people will enjoy it too, right?
Yeah.
Because like you got to write stuff you like.
Mm-hmm.
And with the way our albums are going, it's like every album's a new experience or a story or whatever. So it's going to be pretty fun.
Yeah, and I refuse to not be proud of this thing. I'm so happy with, especially like being able to hold a physical copy. Like this thing is ridiculously like just nice. It's just
oh yeah.
Like I have
Yeah.
buddies in the States, and I'm telling them you can buy it digital, and they're like, no, I'm ordering the CD because just look at it. How could you not want it? It's beautiful.
Yeah. You know, my favorite part about the CD is that I discovered this, or Kyle discovered it, or we discovered it. If you take out there's a little like booklet. It's not much of a booklet. It's kind of like a fold-out thing, but
Yeah.
you can change it so the art on the front's different. So my CD currently has like a completely different art on the front.
Excellent. Now, with this whole lovely thing happening in the world known as coronavirus, would this be delaying any pre-orders that have already been made or like shipments and stuff like that for merchandise?
Not from not so far. Or yeah, pretty much
And-
everyone that has ordered it has been local. So like on I think Friday I drove out after work to one of my friends' place just to drop off like a big merch order. Is if you're local, I'll try to drop it off to you even. But from what I've heard is that they're not totally restricting all like shipments, but it'll have to see until like somebody from the States or somewhere else orders it. But so far, it's all been Canada orders, and that's all been enough.
Yeah, and honestly, at the most, we can at least say there's not going to be a single delay on our end. So that much we can guarantee. Like this isn't going to affect our end sending stuff out.
Yeah.
Excellent. Now, what I've seen a lot of bands doing recently is creating flags for album covers and stuff like that. Do you think down the line you could create an album cover flag for for this album or a future one?
Oh hell yeah! Why not?
Sure. Yeah, I have 3 above my bed, so like I love flags as well. And I think the art totally deserves it and would look sick.
Oh yeah.
I honestly haven't considered making a flag. It just hasn't like come up. It's always been like we can do a t-shirt or like a hoodie or something like that. But no, a flag would be super dope.
I could get behind that easily. With the art that we've had, it just looked it'd look rad. It'd look rad as fuck.
Yeah.
I've seen bands selling. I've seen bands selling rugs with their album art on it, so I feel like a flag isn't too far away for us.
We could do like this BMX bike.
BMX bike.
No, we should
I'd do
yeah.
longboards, fucking like some
BMX.
decks.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking rad.
Cool.
Well, what if you were to get on like a beer can, just your album artwork? That'd be pretty cool, eh?
Would be cool.
Oh, you know what? You know what? We should get beer
Hounskull.
koozies. Hounskull beer koozies. How nice would that be?
That would be cool.
That'd be awesome.
Everybody put your orders in now. Hounskull beer koozies, BMX bikes, sunglasses, fingernail clippers for the gigging edition. We will have it all.
You will have it all?
Yeah.
All the merchandise in the world.
Yep, we're even doing custom game cubes. Get whatever you want.
Fuck yeah.
We're just a printing company at this point.
Yeah, 2030. Look out for the Hounskull wine coming at you.
Get the
When can we
Hounskull
expect
Game
the
Boy
toaster?
going out.
Oh, the toaster. That's already in the works. Don't worry. It burns the logo into your slice of bread.
Perfect. I like how this has turned into a marketing meeting at this point.
You're giving us a ton of great ideas, you know? Like
We're gonna create a shitty Kickstarter. We'll play ukulele music in the background. It'll be great.
Just do ukulele versions of Hounskull songs.
Holy shit! Yeah. Oh fuck! I kind of want to hear that now. Someone get on that.
Yo, just go to Fiverr. I bet you could find a ukulele player who would do it.
guys, stop leaking album 5.
Yeah, it's like the Hawaiian
No one's
album.
supposed to know. Shit.
Find an album, and we're finally going to be covering Ocean Man.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
hell yeah.
Ocean Man.
Give me a
Fuck
meme
yeah.
cover.
So album 5 is just going to be a bunch of Beach Boy covers and other songs from the beach, right?
Yeah. Got
I like how we're
Kokomo.
like it's low key. We're spoiling album 3.
Yeah.
It's killing me on the inside.
Okay, let's go back to album 2, Low,
Yeah.
which comes out tomorrow,
Hey.
which is being very neglected today.
I'll bring it back. Look, we have a lot of stuff in the works. You know, there's a
Yeah.
lot of excitement going around. A lot of goodies coming in.
Oh yeah. We can't stop writing music.
Should I
That's
open
why
it?
it's like we release
I'm
an album and it's like we're already talking about the 4th one, pretty much.
Perfect. No, so with album 2, what was the main concept of Low? Or what is the main concept of Low?
Oh man,
So Low. I was reading a lot of comic books at the time of writing, so that's where the name of the song and the album comes from. It's a comic called Low. Fantastic. Everyone should read it. And then I read another one called The Wake, and that was another. They're both aquatic themed. It's like civilization at the bottom of the ocean, or like the Wake is like these scientists go down to the bottom of the ocean. They find these like Lovecraftian creatures, and then it's about like that. So I was in like a very aquatic and Lovecraftian cosmic horror kind of mindset, and I was like not doing too well mentally at the time. So I was feeling like I was like kind of being drowned. So it's kind of being brought to the bottom of the ocean, feeling like you can't really escape, and then just realizing your own like inner strength or what have you to like really try to ascend to the stars, just like break out from the bottom of the ocean, make it back to like solid ground, and just being comfortable with yourself. So it's a little like existential, but masked in like a fantasy kind of theme, I suppose. Brought to the bottom of the ocean and brought to the stars. So I think the songs and the song titles display that.
I think there's actually there's a movie very similar to that. Let's really quickly just yeah, there it is. No, it's the 2004 SpongeBob SquarePants movie. Very similar plot.
Ocean Man.
Yeah, that's it. That's totally it. Yeah. Oh man.
So does David Hasselhoff do guest vocals on the album?
Oh, I wish.
For the first lyric of the album, yeah.
Yeah.
You have to buy it and find out. That's the only way you'll know.
Yeah.
Yes.
You'll
Now,
see the credits.
So I know it will be on Bandcamp tomorrow. Will it also be on Spotify and other streaming platforms?
If not tomorrow, then by the end of the week for sure. We go through DistroKid, which like puts all your music everywhere. So that's how we got like on Spotify to begin with. So if it's not up tomorrow, within like the next couple of days, if it like needs to process or what have you, but yeah, it'll be up on Spotify, Amazon, Google, wherever you listen to your music.
iHeartRadio?
Potentially. DistroKid sends it out to like thousands of different like streaming services.
I've seen DistroKid send us streaming services that like I've literally never even heard of. I'm pretty sure they're foreign and like we just don't get them in North America, which is nice. It's nice to know that all the coverage is happening.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Excellent. Now, for the majority of the band's lifespan, you've been very much playing shows in the GTA. When can we expect you all to perform Low outside of that area?
Oh.
Well, I'm planning on doing it. Then we got quarantined.
Yeah,
we were
it was
planning on
supposed to
for
be this
like
summer.
June or July or something. Where we're
Yeah.
gonna do like a week long stint just to get out of the GTA and support it. It doesn't look like that's gonna happen anymore.
Aw.
I mean, it really depends on how things progress. If the the quarantine gets like lifted earlier or later, it kind of really depends on that, because I don't want to plan something and then have to cancel it the week of while I have to use vacation time from work and stuff, and it would just like kind of disrupt like the whole kind of plan, and then we wouldn't be able to even attempt it again this year.
Yeah, depending on how this whole virus thing kind of unfolds, we're gonna have to kind of plan around it, because hopefully it just clears up. But from the looks of things, it might not. So the best we can do, we've been kind of discussing it, is like a live stream of our album in its entirety, with us just playing it in our studio.
Yeah, that'd be awesome to see, because I know a lot of bands are doing that. That would be great, just to hear it live and then have it there for whenever people want to listen to it live. Boom, it's there on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were considering the live stream thing. I wanted to do more than I wanted to do the album, but I was thinking of doing more of like casual content, I guess I'll call it. So like kind of like us talking about the album, almost doing like a commentary for it, explaining like each song in depth, or like us hanging out playing Magic the Gathering or something,
Yeah.
talking about it.
Just like shooting the shit.
Yeah, just to keep content going while we're like working on music. So potential live streams of varying content in the future.
I mean, I would totally watch a live stream of Magic and the Gathering. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
We'll make a deck completely out of Hounskull songs that were named after Magic cards.
Perfect.
I don't know where the Scrapyard Mongrel card is. For I don't even know. Like that was like years ago when I had
one
that.
East, and he gets like a 1 something if he attacks on his turn or something.
We could just make a bunch of like mono blue decks just themed around water.
Oh yeah. Oh, you just remind me of the thing that we said we wanted to do with the Magic cards in the albums. We wanted to give out like Magic cards relating to the contents of the album with album. So album 2 would be aquatic, so we'd give out blue cards. Just because we think
that would be awesome. There was this band from Edmonton called Tales of the Tomb, and when I received their CD, it actually came with a Magic card with their album cover art on it.
That's fucking rad.
It's really cool.
So,
Hey guys, I have a totally original idea that we should do. We should get Magic cards with the album art on it. just put the little dude. Put the little mushroom man. I love him. I would put him on a card. I'd get that tattooed on my body. He's adorable. Look at him. He's so dope. He's just like chilling. Yeah, he's just chilling, smoking a doob. Like he's doing his best, man.
That is awesome. Now, I'm going to ask this question because I feel it's kind of necessary to ask. Back when you set the date for the album to release, did you even think this would happen? Like this whole quarantine thing?
No.
Oh, no, I don't think anybody could have really seen this coming. Yeah, I just thought it would have been a good time right before April. I didn't want it on April 1st, because that would be kind of just be a bad idea.
No one would believe it.
Yeah, but we didn't want to like hold off too long or release it like too early, because even then, like we got the CDs like last week, so it really went along with like as soon as we got the mixing and mastering done, we were like, okay, get everything packaged up and then get them sent. And then once we figure out how long the processing will take when we get the CDs, then that would be a good time to release. So it was more reliant on like all post-production kind of stuff, as opposed to everybody being quarantined.
Fair enough. Now, once this is all said and done and this is over, could we expect a low album release party?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, of course.
So where
We
would
have
we be? Oh, sorry, I interrupted. My bad.
Oh no, that's where I was gonna leave off. I just wanted to get that little sentence in.
Okay. Well, any ideas or thoughts of where it could potentially happen?
Potentially a Toronto one, just because that's where most of our fans are. But I would love to do like just a super small, like Mississauga, like just in our basement, invite a bunch of people over, or as many as we really can, for like a really intimate at home Hounskull in their element kind of show.
Excellent. That sounds like a
One
lot
of
of fun.
the or both.
Why not?
Yeah,
Why
why
not
not both?
Yeah, exactly. But make sure it's you have to bring your own beer event for the basement.
Oh, yeah.
No,
to
free.
beer for the basement and the bassist.
If you bring your own CD, you get a beer. If you buy a CD, you get a beer. That's how I want to do it, like that. Give some people some incentive, you know.
I dig that.
Yeah, you show up with a CD, that's a beer ticket right there.
I could get behind that actually. That sounds pretty cool.
It's a good give and take.
Yeah. Okay. Now, it's time to ask one last final question. Last time we met, I asked you a poser question. You passed that, I believe, right?
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, we did, but barely.
Barely. Yeah, I forget. It was back in June? July. Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a long while.
It's been too long.
Yeah.
So this is this is the right time. And now I forget what I was even going to ask.
Perfect.
Perfect.
It's okay.
Perfect.
We pass.
Right?
We
Movie
did
magic.
pass. Yeah.
You passed.
We passed.
Yay.
Woo. That was such a hard question.
Right?
Man,
So
like
hard.
how I forgot to give you the answer or the question sheet. I guess you passed, Kyle. Oh, thank you.
For me right now, Kyle is like frozen mid laugh, so I can see half of his face. He's got this big grin.
Me too.
I was really confused
lovely.
for a sec. Yeah, I was like, man, how is he talking without moving his mouth? That's so weird.
Well, it's the same with you, Nathan. To be honest, your screen is frozen too.
Oh,
Yes,
come on, man.
yes.
Oh, Kyle's back. Kyle.
What am I at least doing now that I'm frozen?
You look like you have like the most. Like your fingers are kind of doing this, and you have a blank stare just towards the camera.
Oh, it's what I normally look like. It's fine.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing right now anyway. I don't really move much.
That is too fun. Oh. Okay. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming on the Thrashers Paradise again tonight, for doing this interview. Low comes out tomorrow. Any last words you'd like to get into the audience watching at home?
Yeah, Low's coming out tomorrow. You'll be able to stream it or buy it. We'll hopefully be playing some shows soon for the end of the year if this all goes well. And we love you. We love every one of you.
Yeah, be sure to add me on Animal Crossing. Usually on at 5 p.m. Can catch me fucking fishing and shit.
Hey, you want to plug your server or something?
I was gonna say, I hope everyone's excited for the album. Hope everyone plans to pick it up,
Yeah,
or at least give it a try. You know, because I'm so proud to be able to put this out, and I can't wait to put out the rest of the stuff.
yeah.
And if anyone wants to buy me a Switch and a copy of Animal Crossing, that would also be pretty dope. But the album works fine too. If you want to get that instead, please, by all means.
Use the album profits to get the Switch.
Shh.
Yes.
Don't tell them.
Sorry.
Other than that, thank you, Colin, for having us.
Yeah, thank you so much.
My
It's been fun as
pleasure.
always.
It's always fun to have you all back on. We'll definitely bring you all back on again to promote
Hey.
album 3 and 4, and I guess the the Beach Boys cover album, eh?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I was really nervous going into this, but then every time we sit down and talk with you, it just feels like I'm hanging out. So it's always nice.
Exactly. No, we once this whole quarantine thing's over, let's get together and do something in person. How's that?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Excellent. Well, again, thank you so much for coming on Thrashers Paradise again. Ladies and gentlemen at home, make sure to pick up Low on Bandcamp or wherever you listen to your music. It's going to be awesome. Make sure to follow these 3 beautiful people on Instagram, Facebook, Snapface, Twitter, Carrier Bird, Magic in the Gathering, group chats. Am I missing anything else, really?
LinkedIn.
Animal Crossing.
LinkedIn, Animal Crossing,
Pokemon Go.
Fuck yeah.
Pokemon Go, yes.
Actually, you know what? That game's apparently really bad right now because of the virus going around.
Yeah, me and my bud's going to do a raid.
Oh, jeez.
If you didn't make it, just me.
Too fun. Anyways, thank you so much, and until next time, keep on thrashing.